Welcome to the Gaming Outsider Podcast. This week, the cast debates which games were the most influential on the video game industry. In news, Rockstar has been accused of some pretty gnarly stuff. And as for new games we've played, I checked out the remaster of Plants vs. Zombies called Replanted. Alyssa stops by to tell us about Tormented Souls 2. And Sean checked out Hot Wheels Let's Race Ultimate Speed. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com. We also have a community over at facebook.com/groups/the GoCast, and even a Discord server. You can find a link in the show notes. It is Monday, November 3rd. I'm your host, Scott Clark, and joining me are my good friends, Mr. Zach Parkerson.
Scott Clark had a salad, and you can tell, man, this guy's all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew? No, yeah, I'm drinking a ginger ale, sir. There is no caffeine in this whatsoever.
A little Mountain Dew salad that he had there.
Mountain Dew salad.
You're just very energized off of croutons. I'm just surprised.
My wife makes homemade croutons, so that's like actually they're really good.
This is a bread that is fried?
Not fried, but like toasted, like in the oven, so they're nice and crispy. Anyway, also joining us, Mr. Jacob Gunderson. How you doing, man?
I really wanted to get you to say enemies. It was that close. It was that close.
Jacob likes to mess with me and put things in the document that he knows I read, and he just wants me to run Burgundy. It's so bad, but no, I've got this thing down, man. I've got it down.
You hadn't changed the date, so I changed it for you. And while I was there, I was like, good friends, no enemies.
Good to see you guys. Unfortunately, CB is not going to be joining us. He's apparently getting Google Fiber. I think, is that right? Am I understand that correctly, Jake?
I don't think that Google, maybe it's a Google, I don't know, the TI3 or whatever the hell it is.
Whatever. He's getting new internet, and they changed his install to a time that was taking place during recording. So he is not, he has no internet for the time being, but he'll be back next week. In the meantime, let's talk about some of the games we've been catching up on. Let's start with Jacob. What you been playing, man?
I wanted to check out that little handheld RPG game, the Bricks Breaker.
Oh,
that game was fun.
Isn't that great?
I've been playing it before I go to bed.
By the way, speaking of that game, I credited the wrong listener who told me about that. I felt really bad. I said Aaron Hughes told me about that game. It was, in fact, Isai Munoz, who we met at R2V2, one of the nicest dudes on the planet. So he's the one that recommended that game to us. He actually talked to the developer. The developer went and listened to the episode, and they were super stoked that somebody over here in the States was talking about their game. So I thought it was just really cool, but glad you're digging that game. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I appreciate it. Me and my wife are still going through Vintage Story. Fell on hard times, went through winter. Food ran short.
I heard it was coming.
We're making leather now, which requires lime and water and tanner and strong tanner and a knife. And it's just a mess.
You're still refusing to go look at the instructions or whatever?
No, I have to now. I mean, the game has the handbook installed, and so I thought it was going to be really easy. Like maybe there's a tannery that I can make because I know in some games you got to stretch out the leather and let it age and all that kind of stuff. No, this is a mess. It has to soak in things for 84 days before it actually becomes leather. So it's a mess.
You mentioned lime and water, but what happens if you put the lime in the coconut?
And mix it all together.
And drink it all up. It cures my bellyache.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad the Vintage Story is accurate.
I just want to go on record and say Zach made a music reference right now. That never happened. Yeah.
Start up.
In our area, we also had a small toys, cards, and games con go through. It was just a free one at the mall. I went and picked up a couple of things. I talk a lot about World's Scariest Police Chases. I found that there. Bought that.
Really?
Found a copy
game?
of. Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. Me and my cousin used to play that all the time.
It's a great game. Found Excitebike, the NES game. So I'm gonna hook up my NES soon and play that.
That game is not hard to find, man. That's a pretty common game.
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, do you think I have time to go looking around at other conventions? No, I'm peddling my nonsense everywhere. I picked up Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends, which is one of my favorite Dynasty Warriors games.
PS2.
PS2.
Yeah.
instead of being a badass warrior and destroying everyone, part of the gimmick with that one is you start off as just a lowly like foot soldier with no power, and then you
Oh.
work your way up the ranks. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And lastly, I got what is it? Cool Spot, the 7-Up game
On Nintendo?
on the Genesis.
Oh, that one's the platformer.
Yeah.
There's a spot game on NES that's just basically Othello.
Oh.
And that's So I gotta clarify which one you're talking about.
Nope. I got the I got Cool Spot, the 7-Up game, the platformer, which I can't wait to play because I rented it from some store years ago and played it, and then I had to return it. But I was like, man, that game's I can't remember. So anyway.
Is it good? Or have you played
Oh
it?
yeah, it's good. It was good. I told one of the games I told Mindy I was looking for was Rystar, which is another platformer from back in the day. And she was like, okay, and she starts looking at things, and I told her it was a little guy with arms, and she found that, and I was like, no, but yes.
Close enough.
A little guy with arms. That's really funny.
Really helping her out.
You sent us a picture of Final Fantasy IX on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Were you like considering picking it up or?
I was just seeing if anyone wanted it. I don't have a beloved any kind of memories with Final Fantasy or whatever, but 9 gets talked about a lot going through.
That's Zach's favorite of the series.
It is the best one.
I mean, I'm assuming since you love it, you have it.
That's correct. Yeah, an English and a Japanese copy, in fact.
Nice.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
You didn't do the copy that I found.
Although I'm definitely not in that group chat that's going on. That's for sure.
It's like our unofficial D&D group chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, it'd be weird if I was in there.
I mean, it's also on Messenger, which you don't have, so
that's hard to refuse. Yeah. I heard it. Wait, real quick though, you were at this convention at the Cherryville Mart, so of course I got to ask if you ate at Rockford Delicacy, one of its finest establishments, Kobe Japanese.
I did not eat there that day. We already had plans, unfortunately.
Man,
but anytime that I do get a chance, anytime I get a chance to eat there, I do.
It's so good.
I didn't have that until we did our Extra Life marathon there. Like 2 years ago?
Yes.
And it was the most delicious thing I had eaten in a long time.
It's unreasonably good for mall food. Truly.
It's really good.
It's just the motif, right? It's like one of the greatest foods, but it gets closed down every like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it looks not good. Like when you go
right
place, like it looks gross when they're making it.
Yeah, you can see the failed health inspections.
Oh yeah,
sure.
totally.
Right?
Yeah.
But really good. What about you, Zach? What have you been catching up on?
I played episodes 3 and 4 of Dispatch, since they're releasing them in 2 episodes per week increments. That game continues to be really great. If you liked the Telltale era, like 2012 to 2019, right? That was the Telltale era, knocking them out. This feels like a return to that, although incredibly R-rated.
Yeah, you told me some of the details over text. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I can't believe it. So good for them.
I mean, how is that a superpower? Oh.
Turns out nudity is a superpower. But yeah, great. But outside of that, it's just like really good drama, and the dispatching mini game gets more and more difficult and more interesting. Okay. Just really well made stuff.
How is Aaron Paul? Like, does he sound like Jesse, or is he actually playing a different character?
It feels very different. If you hadn't told me it was Aaron Paul, I wouldn't have known.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because the character is also just kind of like kind of a quiet, somewhat depressed guy.
Oh.
And so he's just like, it's not something I established or connect with Jesse Pinkman or any character I've seen Aaron Paul play.
I mean, he has a reason to be depressed.
He does, yeah. It just, I don't know. The Robert Robertson, the character here, is
his name is Robert Robertson.
Yeah, the third. But yeah, no, he sounds like just perpetually tired.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's really good.
All right. How many episodes are there going to be?
Eight total, so we're halfway through.
Wow.
The whole thing will be out November 12th.
Very cool.
But it's fun to play along week to week.
Mm-hmm.
And then continue to play Bounty Star. The story gets better and better, but I am feeling the repetition and the mission structure.
Oh yeah.
Since it's just kind of like you're going on these bounties in these combat arenas, but you're going to what felt like a surprising amount of diversity of the combat arenas in like the first half of the game. and you realize like you actually go back to those areas quite a great deal, actually.
Okay.
And that's all well and good. It's just I can't say no to the extra bounties. So it's kind of doing it to your, it's kind of self-inflicted in a way.
Mhm.
But I want the money to make my farm better. I need to max out all my dinosaur slots because you can have pet dinosaurs.
Which is wild.
Yeah, little mini velociraptors on the farm.
In a Western.
They somehow don't eat the chickens.
Oh, that's a good point too. That's a bummer. It's getting repetitive though. Is it because of the way you're playing it though? Like you said, like you're doing everything and
yeah, I think if you were a more able gamer, you could just mainline it.
yeah,
a little bit better. You'd probably be in better shape. But I can't.
So I shouldn't feel sorry for you. Is what you're saying?
No, I feel like it's kind of a Scott Clark problem, right? Where
Yeah,
you have to check all the boxes. You're like, oh man, I'm getting kind of tired of this Far Cry. You're like, but yeah, man, you could just not do all the tasks in the area. But you
but
can't.
Far Cry never is not fun, man. Those
Yeah,
compounds
I'm
and
not
everything.
having fun. It's just, I've been here before.
Gotcha.
I've had this fight. Oh, and if you remember when Ben Ruiz was on here, the director of the game, he talked about how he's a big
Dino God fame.
Of Dino God fame. How he loved baseball.
Yeah,
Dude, that love is all over Bounty Star.
Really?
There are multiple baseball stadiums. You can have a giant bat for your mech, and one of the collectibles is baseball caps. So yeah, it's all over this game.
Oh, sign me up.
It's pretty fun. Well, it's fun. The bat is fun because if you get a 3-hit combo, it makes it like knock it out of the park sound effect. Like you hear a little crowd cheer. Yeah,
he's probably pretty happy as well because his team just won the World Series. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah,
good for them. And
in Toronto,
what a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which team was that? Moving on.
Wow, he cares.
It was the Nevada Flamingos.
I'm sorry. What?
I was just made up a city and a random mascot. It was the Dodgers.
Understood. But yeah, the story is very good. Good exploration of trauma.
Nice.
And then last but not least, I finished the season 1 playthrough of The Walking Dead I was doing for the spooky season, and that game's still pretty much a masterpiece. I don't know.
That's still pretty impactful. I can see the scene in my head.
It's interesting. The first time I played it, I kind of didn't care about life, and now I do. So I feel like the ending actually hit me a little bit harder. Even
interesting. You're making me want to go back and replay those, man. I wish I just had time.
They're pretty short.
I know.
If you have time for Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, surely you have time for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm not getting new achievements for replaying Walking Dead.
No, but are you getting new achievements in Clair Obscure Expedition 33?
Yes, I am actually getting achievements in Clair Obscure Expedition 33 because I have been dedicating a whole lot of time to playing that this week. This past week, I had, outside of recording on Monday, which we do every Monday, I had nothing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had something on Friday. I had to hang out with this loser and his wife on Friday on Halloween.
I hope they cooked you something more exciting than a salad.
I'm the loser and his wife.
It was Jake and Mindy's anniversary on Friday, on Halloween. So I went out with them.
And they had you over?
They asked me to be their third wheel, going out dressed up. You should have seen. She was dressed up like Belle. He was dressed up like Beast, so he didn't have to wear anything normal, out of ordinary. No, I was Luigi.
All right. How did the night end with this married couple asking a third person to hang out with them all night?
Anytime that you ask Scott to go out dressed up in cosplay, he just leaves the house as Luigi.
I don't have anything else.
Go find something else. Go make up something. Go be Mario. Wear a red shirt with a red hat.
And then you can say, "Let's go." All Luigi ever says is Mario.
He says, "Oh yeah."
He does say, oh yeah, when he's humping the drawers in Luigi's mansion. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I don't remember that. But anyway.
Dude, you gotta replay Luigi's mansion.
Apparently.
Interesting animation when he checks the drawer.
So I had dedicated Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night to do. I came home immediately off work. I did my feeding the cat and all this kind of stuff, and then immediately came down and sat down and played Clair Obscure. And I hit the first major twist in that game, and holy cow. I could not tear myself away from this game after that point. I just I've not played a JRPG like this, like a turn-based JRPG that just had me hook, line, and sinker with the story. I don't even think like Final Fantasy 7 or 8 reeled me in this much. Like those games did at the beginning, right? Because they kind of drop you in the story. This is like hooks you with the gameplay and the intriguing setup. But then like it just keeps like slightly answering questions but adding new ones along the way. You just want to know what is going on and what does that mean? And I'm just pushing forward, just doing that. And then on top of that, the combat just gets more and more fun and exciting. It just never lets up. It's just never like even Final Fantasy 7, the little swirl comes in, oh, gotta go through this battle, this like tedious thing. Every battle in this game feels like it matters. It feels like you could totally just get wiped out if you just mess up. But because you know how to play, you just utterly dominate, and it's great. It is so good.
There's a reason it's so many people's favorite JRPG already. It's just and took the internet by storm. It seems like it's a very good game.
It's really good.
Each character's battle system could be a whole game's battle system.
Seriously, it's just insane how different they are. I've been introduced to 2 new playable characters since the last time I started playing it, and it just blows my mind how intricate. And I feel like I'm playing Mael and Luna wrong. I feel like I haven't like quite figured out how to make a build work correctly. I just kind of go through the same motions.
Yeah, I feel like Mael was tricky, but I did find a way to. Luna was kind of my main by the end, my main damage dealer.
Yes, no, I would say that another male character has become my like main damage. He's got the one where you do like the mini hits and it adds up his like his hits become like D, C, B, A, and then S.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what you call that attack, but like, so you just do lots of little hits to get him up, and then you just wail on that. And my God, the parries just feel so good, especially the team parries.
Oh yeah.
I fought. Boy, I'm trying to not give spoilers here. I fought a boss that was in front of a manor. Does that ring a bell?
Sure.
And that boss
the dog from Resident Evil.
No. That boss number one was tough. But the thing I love about this game, I think I've mentioned this before, is that you face a boss and it just feels utterly impossible when he or she does their first attacks.
Yeah.
And then you start to figure it out even halfway through the battle. And it's like, okay, I got this. I know this pattern now. And you immediately get better at the game just by studying and memorizing the timing, even within a battle. I feel like in past games, it was always like, lose this battle and then figure it out later. Now it's like I'm learning it halfway through and it clicks. And it's just a really awesome feeling.
Sounds like you're getting ready for Dark Souls to me.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
No.
If that game didn't frustrate me so much, man, if I weren't trying to just plow through games. Anyway, I am so dedicated to finishing this game. I've been told by multiple people that I have to finish it for game of the year discussion. But this was supposed to be the year of JRPGs anyway. I want to get back to that, but I really want to finish this one. I'm so dedicated to finishing that when I'm not playing it, I am listening to the soundtrack to keep me amped up about it.
Nice.
This is the game that I am thinking about when I'm not playing it, and I cannot stop thinking about it. Outside of the sometimes when I wander off to play something a little bit different, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to jumping back into this one. So that is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I've talked way too much about that one, but
you're not the only one. I feel like you think it's a shoe-in for Game of the Year at the Game Awards?
Absolutely. I mean, because it's not just one thing about that game. It's the combat, it's the art style, it's the story, it's the music. It has so many individual pieces that are all top notch that there's just no way.
And then for a voting committee, it's hard not to be like, what an underdog victory as well.
Well, I don't want that to be a factor. You know what I mean? I don't want
that. But it is for an award show. I'm not talking about like our Game Awards. I'm talking about the Keeleys.
No. I don't want that to be I don't want someone to vote for it because just this scrappy little studio with their first game. I want that, I want it to be based on merit. I don't want them to get pity votes because they're a new studio.
I mean, isn't that what everyone did with Balatro?
No, that earned it.
Yeah.
But also, yes, you're right. You can't remove that knowledge from your voting decision.
I know.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's fair. The one thing that if I had to say like a negative about the game, and it's not even a negative, the character models could look better.
Too French. Yeah, I understand.
No, I don't mean that. Just
My
like
God, is she hairy?
like their teeth are too big. Like the way they talk sometimes, it's like and then the stuff doesn't line up. Imagine, because they've made gobs of money, like whatever they do next, just imagine how much better that's going to look. How like.
Well, yeah, you do say that, but then that male character you're talking about is perhaps one of the sexiest video game characters ever.
Seriously,
it's
I was having second thoughts about myself.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Oh, dude, he's an awesome character, and yeah. Whew.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how I feel about him too.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into the week's news. All right, here's what we got going on the news. If you'd like to check out our website, thegamingoutsider.com, you can find all of the written content that we've got going on there. The news team over there is putting together all kinds of things, including Resident Evil Requiem coming to PC and consoles on February 27th, 2026. There is a 10-minute recap and preview called Road to Requiem. There is a link to that in the article. You will not want to miss that. Also, that game is coming to Switch. No, it's not coming to Switch 2?
No, it's going to Switch 2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to Switch 2.
Yeah, it's got the whole I don't know, what do they call the new trilogy? 7, 8, and 9 are all coming to Switch 2.
Nice.
I think you can buy them as a box set if you want.
Very cool.
I wasn't shaking my head at you. I was playing with the water in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Oh. Boy, that
you gotta give me 100 guesses. 100 guesses. I wouldn't have gotten if he's playing with the water in my mouth.
Also, we had the idea at Xbox Showcase. We can't go a week without talking about Microsoft, apparently. Rockstar has been accused of some pretty scummy firings, and Turok 2 Seeds of Evil receives a current gen update this week. And also, it looks like Silent Hill 2 is the Silent Hill 2 remake is coming to Xbox. Zach, where would you like to start, sir?
I guess in the interest of constant Xbox negativity, we could briefly talk about ID at Xbox because that's a good thing. That's
I was going to say, this is a negative.
Yeah, this is perhaps this might be the last good news story about Xbox we ever hear. So we may as well get into it. I don't know if any of the games stand out to you guys, but I think Aphelion looks great from Don't Nod.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That looks particularly cool. Obviously, Mouse PI for Hire has looked great for a long time.
I went into this thing expecting that to be the only one I really had any interest in, but there were some interesting ones. Dome Keeper is coming to, I know it's not a new game, but that's coming to consoles. That was previously only on PC. That game looked fun. I could have played it before, but Monsters are coming. Rock and Road, I think, looks interesting. It's got like that Vampire Survivors kind of gameplay, but it's also got some kind of base building built into it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Egging On looks interesting to me. I love that this is a game about you rolling an egg around like platform style, but they've got like this thrilling music behind it, like this rock anthem music that just I gotta see, like
very rock and roll.
Yeah.
I assume TCG Card Shop Simulator. Jake, I know you already played this game.
Yeah,
but it's cool. It's coming to Xbox.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how the controller support's going to work. The controller support doesn't work great on the computer, so.
Is that like are you walking around in a first-person view in that game?
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't it just work like every other first-person game then?
That's
there's different buttons and stuff that are used at certain times. So
all right. Planet of Lana. I thought the first one was okay, so it was okay enough for me to check out the second one.
Yeah, I didn't play the first one,
and
I just love that video though that they played during that. They had the two developers like clearly talking over Google Meets or something, recording this.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so passionate about it. Like and I don't know. I just love it when developers do that kind of thing, and you can just tell that they are genuinely excited about what they're making.
You can tell they care.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys appreciate the amount of just total ass and ungodly?
I must have missed that one.
Dude, just a lot of butt in that. Every character is half naked, male and female, and ungodly. To a degree I found somewhat surprising. Not that I mind, just surprised.
Yeah. Nudity, we're turning into Europe, right? They don't care about nudity as much over there.
Good, the puritanicalism can go away.
Here's the thing that I kept thinking about. Two things I kept thinking about while I was watching this. First off, when did this thing air? It had to have been right before Halloween because like there were so many horror games.
Yeah,
I felt like this would have been better served to release like a couple weeks before Halloween or something.
Get people excited. Well, none of them were coming out in time for this Halloween.
Okay, maybe that's fair then. But and the other thing has slipped my mind about what I was going to say. But
was it about the insane shadow drop of Vampire Survivors Antechamber? Balatro and Vampire Survivors.
I did see that trailer, and
the two games every indie developer is copying right now have met officially.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. No, what I was going to say is it was kind of crazy, especially with some of the early videos in this presentation. We're looking at games that are like indie. Like I feel like we've gone past the point where an indie game is just like heavily pixelated, thrown together, whatever. You know what I mean? Indie is now like way beyond what AAA was back in the 360 and PlayStation 3 era, which is awesome. I think that is just really cool. So,
the tools have gotten powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have tools that use the tools, so you don't even know how to use the tools.
Right. So, are you referring to AI?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like when I was going to programming school, they made us learn C++.
Right.
And then later on, they were like, "Oh, well, here's C# and it'll do everything for you." Okay, great, thanks.
Well, that's like, remember, I know this is like a weird tangent, but like when not Facebook, what was the MySpace? Remember when MySpace was a thing, and in order for you to make your profile, you had to like code. You had to like do all.
Yeah, you like getting the HTML of it.
Yeah, you had to like actually like code your thing to do it. Imagine like people having to do that now, like us building our website, thegamingoutsiders.com, where you can find reviews and all this kind of good stuff. It's all done on WordPress. Everything's done for us. It's just click and drag and fill in the blanks and click here to make this happen. I couldn't even imagine what it was like to build a website in the early days of the internet. And I couldn't imagine what it would be like I can't imagine what it's like to build a game anyway. But doing it with the rudimentary tools back in the day is just nuts. But anyway, Jake, what story would you like to talk about?
Rockstar has been accused of some pretty scummy firings.
All right, what's going on?
First reported by Bloomberg, somewhere between 30 and 40 employees have been fired in the UK and Canada. All the employees were part of a private trade union chat group on Discord. The accusation is that Rockstar fired these employees because they were trying to unionize. Now this is going to be funny because it says that the truth is going to come out in the courts and blah blah whatever. But I mean, both the UK and Canada have strict union laws that says if they were part of anything or whatever, you can't fire them, you can't retaliate. So if this is true and Rockstar did fire people because they were trying to unionize, they're going to get hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be funny.
Yeah, and I know that that Jason Schreier would have been all over this story because he's very, very pro union. But man, like, how do that just? I'm indifferent when it comes to the union. I'm in a union because I have to be. I don't have a choice. Being a teacher, I think there's pros and cons behind unions, but I'm not against someone trying to organize and protect themselves as long as it's done right, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, that just seems a little suspect that all of these people, every single one of them, were all part of a Discord group that was about unions.
I think it's just a continuing trend of these big companies getting rid of employees.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they saw a reason to get rid of them, and so they did, not thinking of the outcome that it was going to have.
Well, the outcome, it's not really going to matter to them, right? Because it'll probably be some kind of fine, and what do they care?
Yeah, that's true too.
The most popular video game franchise in the world. Outside of Pokemon.
A fine truly means nothing to Take-Two, Interactive, or Rockstar.
Right.
So yeah,
Although,
It's not a good look, though.
No, but it's not going to make. I don't think it's going to make even one person not buy Grand Theft Auto 6, though. You know
No,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, it's just like this sucks, and it seems pretty shut, and it seems pretty open and shut that it's union busting. If all these people are in the same Discord chat, it's hard to believe that 40 people would be fired for some kind of other workplace misconduct coincidentally at the same time. So it's just, but it's just there's no punishment or ramification for them doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
And that sucks.
As long as it's money based, no, there's not going to be
Right.
any problem.
And it always seems to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
it sucks. And I mean,
Oh.
with the new movement towards AI and all of that nonsense, I think we're going to start seeing more and more firings.
And that's why it's kind of disappointing that it's Rockstar that would do this, because Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick just said last week as well that like they have no interest in AI whatsoever, because AI will not ever be able to produce the games on the quality of a Grand Theft Auto. So why bother?
Yeah,
and they're like the only company I could think of that's like saying this openly.
Yeah, and I'm the one sitting on the gold mine of Grand Theft Auto is, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's them and Nintendo are the only two video game companies I can think of, like major ones, who are but these are all, but they're also like saying like the reason they have gold mines is due to the quality, and that AI can't make that quality, so why bother? I think it's a good thing that they're saying.
No, I do. I agree. It's just also like Microsoft is using AI because they're suffering. You know what I mean? They're not making money with Xbox, so they're looking for ways to cut corners any way they can. Rockstar is not hurting. Nintendo is not hurting.
But it is funny that would be your answer then, instead of treating employees with respect and affording them the time to make incredible products like Nintendo or Take-Two does.
Right.
But whatever.
I don't know. The whole concept of taking care of your employees has kind of gone by the wayside.
Oh yeah,
with a lot of corporations. So
I mean, in the last 30 years, we went from employees being an asset to just being a problem.
Yeah.
Right. Something our grandparents need to learn when they're like, you should treat your job with respect. And you're like, why? When was the last time a job treated an employee with respect?
No.
Yeah, it should go both ways.
Right.
It should.
You know, which is something I try to teach my students. I've talked about this before, but people think it's weird that I refer to my third graders by their last name, Mr. This and Miss That, because they are expected to call me by my last name, Mr. Clark. I call them by their last name because respect is supposed to go both ways. And I explain that to them, and I explain it to their parents. Hey, if you want me to call you by your first name, I will, but I would like to show you the respect that you're expected to show me, and that's why I do it. I would like to see companies do the same thing, not necessarily with just the names, but with taking care of your employees, because wouldn't you want happy employees? Wouldn't you want more? I don't know. It's easy to say that kind of stuff. They can afford it.
A job should give you 2 weeks notice before they fire you.
The companies can afford it when they're paying their CEOs and underlings millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right. What would think?
Remind me when we're done. I have a quote I saw earlier today that I want to say, but I don't want to get into it on a politics-free podcast. But anyway.
Oh boy, I'm intrigued.
I want to talk about it was kind of a slow news. I actually did. We didn't even mention about it, but did you see like Call of Duty got a director or a writer and a director? The movie.
Oh jeez, no.
Yeah, who was it? It seems like it was actually somebody good, right?
Berg. Is it Berg? Oh boy, that's why I didn't put it on the. So
all right,
it's more of an interesting story, but I forgot to write it down. So I will talk about Turok 2: Seeds of Evil. I just happened to see that game is getting a current gen update this week. This is interesting. I'm not going to go into all of it, but I just think this is cool. How old is that game? That was a 64 game, right? And Nintendo 64.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So 98, 99, probably when that game came out.
Boy, I mean that sounds right. 98, I would say. Would be my guess.
And 25-plus-year-old game, and getting current gen update. And for the life of me, I cannot see if it costs anything. There was nothing about anything out of it.
Yeah, it's a free upgrade for those who own it.
Is it those that own like I have Turok 2 standalone, everything that I saw on console said that it was if you own the Turok trilogy, like there's a bundle that has all 3 of them. Does that am I included in that because I just bought Turok by itself and Turok 2 by itself?
I would be very surprised if it did not.
I would too. I just could not find
I think
any
they're
confirmation one way
I
or the
think they're
other.
just pushing the bundle because you can buy it physically now too.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But anyway, updated KEX engine. I have no idea what that means. High refresh
The
rate.
Kex engine, that's the Night Dive remaster
Oh, is that what
engine.
it is?
Yeah.
High refresh rates, 4K resolutions for platforms that support these features, smoother shadows, optimized light scattering, and improve ambient occlusion. Added subtitles for all cinematics, improved localization, and the list goes on. Here's the thing: I love Turok. I love Turok 2. I would probably jump into this, and I probably will not know the difference. Like that's that's how untrained my eyes are to see that kind of thing. But I'm kind of tempted to go in there and look at it because Turok 2 is a great game and is shockingly lengthy. That first level is long, man. That is a long game to find all those keys and stuff.
It's the best of the Turok games, I think. Yeah.
I think I left off somewhere. I was riding a Triceratops and shooting rockets at people. That was freaking great.
Sure.
That's good. So that's
you
it.
Get that cerebral bore going.
I don't think I got the cerebral bore yet, but I was. It's probably my fault for that game taking as long as it does for me to get through because I am meticulous about exploring every nook and cranny in that game, and that game makes it so great because of how quickly, how fast it does, how smooth the game feels. Even today, before this update, I can't wait to see what's up here.
That's my thing. It's like how I feel like I would never tell in a million years the difference between a PS4 and PS5 version of an N64 game.
Yeah, that's another good point too. But I want to do it just to see. So maybe I'll report back next week. Not much to say here, but Silent Hill 2 remake is also coming to Xbox. But I think we knew about this already because that 1-year console exclusivity deal expired last month. So, it's not a big surprise, but it's official because, a post on the ESRB website shows that it is now listed as an Xbox game. It just hasn't been officially announced, but that's awesome because that game is great and more people need to play it. And so there you go. Moving on. Remind everybody last a couple more times here about the Hollywood Outsider and Gaming Outsider Cruise, July 19th through July 26th. Look for a link in the show notes on that. If you'd like to join, seats are limited. I think it might be done. You're getting close to not being able to come to that. So please check it out as soon as you can. And now let's go ahead and jump into the new games that we've been playing. Mr. Parkerson, what is new on the horizon that people can check out?
Sure thing. Coming out this week, starting with November 7th, we have Void Train, a train-based survival game coming to Xbox Series consoles and PC. Lone Fungus Melody of Spores is a 2D platformer where you play as a little mushroom guy. Seems cute. Coming on PC. Anima Gates of Memories 1 and 2 Remaster is a remaster of an old action game on PS4 and Xbox One that is heavily inspired by Nier. PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC it's like Spanish Nier.
So Zach, what game are you most interested in checking out?
I guess we'll have to see, Scott. A Pizza Delivery, a little mini narrative adventure game code to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. There will be a review on the site for that.
Yes.
From release date. On November 10th, Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, and PC. It's basically a bundling of Fallout 4 stuff and getting a proper re-release. Surviving Mars relaunched, coming to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Strategy game coming from Paradox Interactive. November 11th, the newest game from the Hyperlight Drifter studio, Possessors, comes to PS5 and PC. They just unfortunately had some layoffs right before launch as well. So they're not going well over there.
Thanks for switching the game, guys. Bye.
Yeah, not good because they had their Hyperlight Drifter sequel was in early access and was not popular. So hard times over at the studio. Rue Valley is a game heavily inspired by Disco Elysium, but it is a time loop in a motel. game and their surrounding areas comes to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, Switch, and PC. Luminous Arise gets a Tetris Effect treatment to Luminous on PS5 and PC. Sacred 2 Fallen Angel Remaster is a remaster of an old Diablo competitor coming to PS5,
What in the
Xbox
world?
Series consoles, PC. What?
I just never imagined that game getting remastered.
Oh, yeah. I think by the time we die, every game will have been remastered.
Right?
At least once. November 12th, Winter Burrow, a mouse survival game coming to Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Then November 13th, we'll see Anno 117 Pax Romana, PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PC. That is the next entry in the very long-running Anno franchise. Inazuma 11 Victory Road is an anime soccer game, long delayed, finally releasing on absolutely every single console, including iOS and Android. Wherever you want to play Inazuma 11, you can. Atelier Riza, the Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack, is those cozy anime games coming to PS5, PS4, Switch 2, Switch, and PC. And then Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 come to Switch 2 as well. Jacob, are any of these games exciting you?
Do I have to play the other 116 Annos to know what's going on in this one? Or
No, we have to play Anno 1206. Sorry to say.
Unfortunate. No. I mean, the city builder looks fun. I like that. I already played Void Train. That's just the 1.0 release, unfortunately. That game's been out for like a year or two already. Fallout 4. I mean, whatever. I played Surviving Mars. All these re-releases I've already played.
Well, see, you're all set for the remasters.
Right. But the motel one was Rue Valley. That one was that actually looked kind of interesting to me because it got so angry at the end.
You like a little anger in your games?
There's not a lot of games that swear in their trailers, and so
Understood.
I was kind of excited, especially when he hit his head against the mirror. That seemed kind of cool.
What about you, Scott? You want to hit your head against the mirror?
No, I do not. Well, maybe because I did hit my head against a mirror many times back in the day when I tried to play Lumines. I have never been able to wrap my head around how that game works, which doesn't make any sense to me because I love music and rhythm.
Yeah.
And I love puzzle games. It just seems like a game that Scott Clark should like. And it's time for me to figure out how that game works.
Right. This is your moment.
It is. So yeah, I'm gonna say Lumines Arise because it does look cool. Like I don't know if you guys played Tetris Effect. That stuff in the background is awesome, and I would love to.
I am with you, Scott. I was watching the trailer for that and just kind of I didn't know when the game started.
Yeah, right.
Were happening, and I was like, oh, okay.
So it's like a Tetris game, right, where stuff falls down and you're trying to match things up, but there's also like a beat thing going across that resets things, and you have to do things in beat with the music. It just never clicked with me. I could not wrap my head around how it works, and everybody loves it. Everybody loves it, and I want to know what I am missing. So maybe it's time.
As for me, it's actually gonna be Winter Burrow. Played the demo for this thing on Steam Next Fest some months ago, and I was surprised by how delightful a time I had. Because while it is a survival game, it is like cozy game first and foremost. So it's just kind of about building your nice little mouse house, and it just felt good.
It does look adorable.
So I kind of want to play more, and the fact that it's on Game Pass, so it's easy access.
There you go.
About
that works.
Is the Fallout 4? Has Fallout 4 been on PS5 before?
We had a question actually. Yeah, Aaron said, "Are there any graphical engine? I know wishful thinking updates coming along with Fallout 4 re-release, or is it just game plus DLC bundles?" That is
this actually hurts my feelings because I didn't remember when Fallout 4 was released.
And the original?
I remember and then I remember it was like years ago.
Yeah. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because they did that very short release from announcement to release window.
They did that. They did that mobile game and said, "Here, you can play this one right now," and the game comes out in like 3 months or something.
Yes, and it came out like the week before Rise of the Tomb Raider, I believe. So I never played Fallout 4.
I did play Fallout 4.
I was too busy playing Rise of the Tomb Raider like 3 times in a row.
I was real close to going through and playing Fallout 4 again after the Fallout TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that would never happen. I would never get to finish that game again. So
Yeah, you're still trying to replay Fallout 3 from my recollection.
oh my god, that was a while ago too. At this point, it would be a start over which is fine. The beginning of that game is so good.
So we don't know for Aaron if this is a because I don't they didn't hype it up like it was a big remaster. I feel like the thing they were talking about most was the fact that it was coming to Switch 2.
Right. See what I was doing, Zach, is I was vamping because I assumed that Jake was going to be looking it up and having an answer for us. But
I thought he was going to tell us the Call of Duty director. So we don't always get what we want.
I'm reading. Sorry.
But if you try sometimes,
you might find get what
you need.
Look at this. 2 music references, 1 episode. That's probably because that song is in about 14 episodes of House.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude, that song's a recurring theme of House.
I think I remember hearing it twice, but I don't know about 14 times. But yeah,
I guess it felt like 14.
I got to get back to that. My wife and I have fallen off the wagon of watching that show. You need to get back to it.
It doesn't appear that the game is going to have anything new when it comes to the engine, but it's got a new creation system in there. Apparently, they're adding over 150 Creation Club items that were never released. So making stuff in the game, like houses and stuff more pretty and whatever, is going to be all new and expensive.
Great. The whole part of the game that I avoided like the plague when I played through Fallout 4 is getting an update. Great. Awesome.
Well, speaking of the plague, Scott, you've been playing Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. How is the zombie apocalypse going?
Guys, I'm such a sucker. I bought this game. I straight up bought this game, $20.
What?
Huh?
Why? Never mind. Continue. I'm sorry.
You know what I did? I booted up the 360 version of Plants vs. Zombie and played an hour of it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is pretty great."
Game's still great. All the differences that this game includes, I haven't seen them outside of, it's brighter and crisper. It's in 4K now. I did see a side-by-side comparison of this game, and there are some people that believe that all the art has been redrawn. I don't know. But let me tell you, if you have never played Plants vs. Zombies, you need to pick this up. I don't care if you got to go buy the old version of it or whatever. Get this one. It looks great. It's $20. You're going to get $20 worth of enjoyment out of this thing. It does have co-op now. You can play co-op, which I'm not going to do because no one's here to play co-op with me. I don't know
co-op in the original. At least when I was playing it, the 360 version, which I did really do, I wasn't just joking. Mm-hmm. It's in the top right corner. It keeps saying like player 2 can press start to enter the game.
Okay. I did not remember ever seeing that when I played it before. So that's wild. I didn't remember that. There are some new modes. You know how the game like cycles between day and night? They've got a mode now where it gets cloudy during the day, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. Like in terms of, because if it's night out, you can't grow the sunflowers. So there's a part where like you can't grow the sunflowers and you can't do the night stuff. So you're doing day and night at the same time. That's there. They've now got like an endless mode where you're like trying to survive as long as you can. And if one lawnmower gets hit, then it's game over. So it's like to see how far you can get. That's kind of fun. But outside of that, the game is exactly the same. What's interesting to me is that I'm realizing how awful of an interface using a controller to play this game actually is because I've been playing it on my phone for so long. Yes, I bought this on 360. I bought it on my phone, and I've bought it again on current Xbox, just because I wanted the achievements. Like that's how big of a sucker I am.
I mean, it is that good.
It is that good. The game really is so good, and just the noises and stuff brings back so many memories. I will never forget. I was down here. Zach, you probably don't remember, but my basement, my TV used to be on the far wall here, and my wife would come down and watch behind me while I was playing video games. And sometimes I wouldn't see her there. And she came down, and I was playing Plants vs. Zombies one time, and she said, "Is that a zombie riding a Zamboni?" And my immediate reaction was, "Duh." And she loves to tell that story to everybody. So, and yeah, I'm probably like halfway through the game already. It is one of those games that is all right. I'm just gonna do one more.
Yes.
And then you get there, and then like, oh, there's a new seed packet, new thing. I got to try that out. Let me just do one more really quick. And Then before you know it, you know.
Right, then you get to the end of World 1, you're like, "Well, and I gotta see what nighttime's about," and all of
Yeah,
a sudden,
exactly.
3 hours are gone. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up the backyard with the pool where you have to like
Oh,
plant
yeah.
lily pads and do all that. And
Oh, man, I forgot all about that.
yeah,
Don't you go to the roof later as well?
that's like the final level. It's like
Yeah,
that's
okay.
where there's like a boss and you're like launching corn cobs and
Yeah,
this game is so ridiculous.
and then it ends with a musical number.
Yes, much like
Portal.
Portal. It's like
Yeah.
it's got like a Portal-esque ending. I did look up because I was trying to find some differences, and apparently they did change the ending of this game, which I haven't seen firsthand. I just saw it on a YouTube video, but they've actually like taken that whole thing and they've put it so that you're watching the ending of the game on a TV in the world. Like it's like
Okay.
you're sitting on a couch watching it on a TV. So you're like on your couch watching it on your TV, and there's a TV in the TV, and it's like all the VHS grainy stuff, and it's really hard to read.
That's a weird thing to change.
Right? It's just such
Yeah.
a weird
Well, did
situation.
you
So
the weirdest thing to this re-release that I know of is that their lead, artist saying that a bunch of, like, because they have, like, concept art as bonus features in this game,
mhm.
and him just being like, "None of that there's so much of this that is not concept art for Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know if this is for a later game or what, but this is not nobody on the team drew this."
I didn't
So
hear that.
that's pretty weird. Like, particularly, like, there's concept art with the disco zombie.
Yeah, because they
Uh,
they had to pull it because they looked too much like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and he was like, there was never a concept art sketch of the disco zombie. I just drew it straight into the game because we were so worried about it getting sued.
Yeah.
So he's like, so I don't know where that came from, but that's not my art.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty. So that's
interesting.
super weird. So it seems like maybe clumsily put together in some aspects, but you're still getting Plants vs. Zombies.
That reminds me of, did you hear the story this week about like the Wachowskis back in the day, like approached Sony and
Oh, Hideo
Kojima,
Kojima. Yeah,
Hideo Kojima, because they wanted him to make a Matrix game,
hell yeah.
and they got shot down by Sony and said, absolutely not, this is not happening.
Probably
And,
Konami though, right?
or Konami, yes,
Yeah.
excuse me. And the way that this came out this week is Kojima himself posted on Twitter and said, I don't remember that ever happening.
Yeah,
What,
I would have
what
done
do you
it if
mean?
somebody asked.
Like,
Yeah,
so the Wachowskis now are just going, what?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine a
Like,
Kojima Matrix game?
I can imagine it. Hell yeah, man, it'd be awesome.
Oh, I just want to see what that game is about. Holy cow. My mind has been spinning all day since I heard
Enter
about
the
that.
Matrix would have been very different.
Right? Yeah.
Ooh.
So anyway, Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. Is it worth your money if you own the game? Probably not, unless you want the achievements. Just go play the other game on your phone if you've got it, or on Xbox 360 or PS3, wherever you've probably purchased it. But if you are brand new and have never played Plants vs. Zombies anywhere, this does include all the DLC from PC, which was never included on console, so that is there. I haven't got that far yet. And there's supposedly some hidden surprises and things that I if I've discovered them, I don't know that they weren't there before. You know what I mean? I didn't have this game like memorized from 15, however many years ago this game came out. But what a charming, satisfying game. Do you play the way I do, Zach and or Jake, where I will uproot plants if I accidentally misplace them and my garden is not symmetrical and perfectly lined up? Like it's like a crazy OCD thing for me. Do you play that way?
Yes, I 100% do.
Okay, so
And I think if you don't, you're an absolute madman.
I love getting the tri-shot ones. You get the tri-shot flower, and if you place those in 2 spaces, they cover all 6 lanes. And that, like, why would you put them anywhere else?
It feels pretty great.
Yeah, and it feels awesome. And then you put the little fire torches in front of them, and they shoot fireballs. And then you get the ice plants, and oh man, the game is. I don't know if it's just that I played it so many times or whatever, but the game is like way easier than I remember it being.
I think it was always pretty easy. Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
I think it's it was a casual game on purpose. Remember, it was made for phones first.
Was
if
it?
I recall, or maybe it was PC first.
I think it was PC.
But I think we can agree it played best on phone.
I mean, just the tapping. There's something super satisfying about tapping Sunshine. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's why I assumed it was mobile first was the Sunshine. But you're right, it's probably PC first.
I think it was. But
When I played the
never
360,
played.
Really?
You're gonna love it.
I've never played Plants vs Zombies.
Oh, dude, you can plow through that game in what, 6 hours? Probably not even, Zach.
Oh yeah, 4 or 5 hours probably.
And it's goofy, and there's like zombies. Like, are you familiar with the concept? Do you like tower defense at all?
I think the
Yes.
concept is in the name.
Yeah.
You got a handful of plants, and then there are zombies.
But dude, it is
And-
just so bizarre. Like, if you want to try it out, just come over to my place. Otherwise, it's $20 on Steam. I would love to hear a person in 2025 that's never played it tell me how they like this game, because it's so good.
I knew the game existed, but I never played it. But like the first, I guess, real rendition that I saw being played was Garden Warfare.
Oh, that
My kid was playing it years ago, and I was like, "This version is dumb." Where's
that was like third person shooter almost. Like, it was tower defense, but it was
yeah. It was
I
a
thought it was
hero shooter.
Yeah, I always just thought it was, Plants vs Zombie by way of Battlefield.
Yeah.
That's what I always assumed it was.
And then there's
That
Plants
would've
vs
been
Zombies
cooler.
2, which I was so excited. Plants vs Zombies 2
Dude,
came out, and man,
sucks.
what a disappointment that game was.
Ugh.
Trying
Just
to hold on to
monetize the
something.
hell.
Yeah. Like, you couldn't buy the game. Like, you had to. The
It was
only way
very
you could progress was
It's very frustrating because
microtransactions.
like Plants vs Zombie 1 is like $5 on phone.
Yeah.
And then like Plants vs Zombie 2 is like, well, you gotta pay, if you really want to play, you gotta spend like $150. So
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you, kid. Get to it.
When I hit
Steal that
my
credit card.
first, when I hit my first paywall, I was like, I'm done. I washed my hands of that game.
I
and
just
said, I'm done.
replay Plants vs Zombie instead.
All right,
Mindy
Mindy, well,
says
if our kids
that
have played it, get them down
Yeah.
here, and they can be on the podcast.
Well, there you go. I've talked way too much about it. What year that came out? Is that 2009?
Sounds
Plants vs.
possible.
Oh my goodness, how many things
Yeah.
do I got to look up? Oh, speaking of which,
You don't have to look
the
anything
Call of Duty movie director is Peter Berg.
I was right, Peter
and
Berg.
He was co-writing with Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, of Yellowstone 1883 and 1923 fame. That's the name I remembered.
Yes.
Wind
There you go.
River. Great movie.
Happy, perfect.
What do you think that
Sicario.
movie is going to be? Is that going to be modern warfare? Is it going to be World War II? What's a Call of Duty movie in 2025 look like?
I think it'll be a lot like
Nothing
Sicario,
good.
probably, right?
Like what?
Sicario? Because that movie was also written by Taylor Sheridan. I would assume it'll be modern warfare, and there will be a couple cool set piece scenes that you'll remember. That would be my
Plants
guess.
vs. Zombie came out in 2009.
Hey,
Look at you, Scott.
I pulled a Zach.
It's almost like he's on a video game podcast and he knows things.
Except directors, I guess.
Wow.
Do you know who directed Ninja Gaiden 4?
I don't. It's not. Is it Itagashi? Was that his name?
Itagaki, yeah.
Itagaki.
Yeah, it's not him. R.I.P.
It's not him.
It is Platinum Games, though. Can you tell?
A little bit.
Yeah.
This man, everybody is raving about this game. Now, to be fair, I did not play a ton of it. I just wanted to try it out because it's on Game Pass, and I absolutely loved Ninja Gaiden. Absolutely loved Ninja Gaiden 2. We don't talk about Ninja Gaiden 3, but I wanted to see what all the fuss was about and see if I liked it. Number one, you do not play as Ryu Hayabusa, which is
right. Controversial decision after all this time.
Yeah. I don't like that, man.
I think it sucks when because if this came out like 3 years after Ninja Gaiden 3, like your mind would be open to it,
Mhm.
Oh, a new perspective. But when it's been so long, you're like, well, I want to be Ryu again.
Yes.
So yeah, it does suck. I think you're right.
Here's the thing with this game. Now, I understand the original Ninja Gaiden was tough, right? It was very difficult. It had a steep learning curve. That first boss, even before the one on horseback that we talked about last week, I think, it was teaching you how to play the game, right? Without a ton of tutorials. It gave you some tutorials of the basics and stuff at the beginning. But when you got to that first boss, which was like your dojo master or whatever, that was like one of the most frustrating things ever and almost turned me off the game at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So what this game does instead of doing that is it teaches you how to do everything at the beginning of the game to a fault where I am overwhelmed trying to remember all of this stuff that you were supposed to do. I think one of the beautiful things about the original Ninja Gaiden was that unveiled things at a good clip, right? Like you started out with just your sword and your block, and you just got good at doing that. I miss that. I want to relearn that. Now I understand that there are a lot of Ninja Gaiden purists out there that are like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do that. I'm not one of those people. It's been a minute since I played those games, and I was never like great at them anyway. I was, I trudged through them, but so I feel like the ramp up, like just how much information is thrown at you, and then they teach you something, and they let you do it once. You know what I mean? Like I want to do something 4, 5, 6 times to really get it down to learn my repertoire.
Or it should at least be designed in a way for you to come to those skills more naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it does the. I don't want to call it the Metroid thing because you're not, it does the thing where like you start out in this mission, and then that's the tutorial, and then once the tutorial is done, then it goes 3 months earlier. You know what I mean? And now you're like not all souped up and you don't have all that stuff. So by the time I earn that stuff again, I'm going to have forgotten how to use it. You know what I mean? Or if I don't have all of it. So now with that said, I have not played a ton of it, but Brian Regos from our community, he and I were talking about it, and he had the same complaints that I did. He thought they are just throwing way too much at you early on. Now, granted, if you know Brian Regos, he is a Souls master. Like he loves these difficult games, so take that for what it's worth. But he said after he was a few levels through it, he said that it has changed his mind completely on that game. So don't necessarily take my word for it, but I'm feeling like after playing Ninja Gaiden 4, it is making me want to go back and play Ninja Gaiden 1 again more than continuing on with Ninja Gaiden 4.
I was going to say what a great way to tease you to play the game more, because yes, they oversaturate your knowledge base right away, and then you go back and you kind of figured out how he learned how to do all of that stuff slowly through the game.
Well, I mean, you still have, you don't
I'm sure
lose it all. You still have it there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You still have access to it, but it's
But yeah, it's just it dumped it all on you, and you're supposed to be this like master ninja, and all of a sudden now they take you back, and now you're not a master ninja.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not a master ninja in this one, right?
I have no idea.
Also, they don't tell you who your character is.
Oh,
they'd say your character's name, but they don't. I don't.
You don't know anything about them.
I don't know. It's just like he's on a mission. There's someone talking in his ear, and he's doing missions.
Okay. All right.
That's all I know. Also, I don't remember the stories in the other games being super dumb. Like they weren't super. Why are you looking at me, Funky?
Were they pretty dumb?
Were they?
I thought they were but fun dumb.
This feels like over the top dumb. Like you go to you're. I don't even want to I don't know if it's considered a spoiler or not. You're supposed to take out this character. This I don't know if she's a sorcerer or something, I can't remember, but you go and she's locked up. They've got her, and of course she's like spilling out of her top, and she convinces you that
Ninja Gaiden after all.
And so she convinces you quite easily, to not kill her and escape with you. So now I'm helping her escape.
Our character is a simp.
Apparently, but
much respect.
So I don't want to linger on it too much because I did not put nearly as much time into it as Brian Regos did. But I was pretty amped for this game, and I don't know if it's just because I'm out of practice because I haven't played Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden 2 in quite a while. But
perhaps it's also because you just really want to go back to playing Expedition 33.
That might be part of it too.
Yeah. Not to
defend
Ninja Gaiden 4.
No. I understand. I think a lot of it was I felt kind of obligated to try it out because I love the others so much. Also, I've never been a big fan of Platinum games. I tried Bayonetta. I like the combinations and stuff just overwhelmed me.
Watch what you're saying here.
Get
close to getting dangerous.
They're not for me, man.
No way, I don't care about it. There's really only one of their games I care about to a big degree.
Fighting words.
Bayonetta is another game that I remember when my TV was on the other end of my room. When I was playing that, I was constantly looking over my shoulder, making sure.
Bayonetta is fun.
It is fun, but
yeah.
that game makes you look like you're playing it for the wrong reasons.
Well, she's owning her sexuality. You're any woman who's saying you shouldn't be thinking pervert, they should be thinking feminist.
Sure. She really liked those lollipops.
So hard to play Bayonetta with one hand.
Jesus. All right, so that is Ninja Gaiden 4. Got a couple other games to talk about. We stopped and talked to Mark and not Mark. I'm sorry, Sean and Alyssa. So I'm going to play those reviews for you guys right now. Thanks so much, both of you. Great to hear from you, as always. Before we move on, got a couple people to say hello to. New people over on Facebook. Again, that group is facebook.com/groups/the GoCast. Lindsay Walraff, welcome to the community. Also, Johnny Marsh, Kurthan Gallagher, Sean Steeder, Sincerely Classics Arcade. Shout out to Kyle over there for supplying arcade cabinets over at R2V2. And lastly, Corey Maurer. Welcome to the Facebook group. Also, over on Discord, we've got a couple new people. Someone simply goes by Alex, and then also Gregar234. Welcome to the Discord. Hope you enjoy it. Lastly, our website is thegamingoutsider.com. You can find all of our episodes if you choose to listen to them on the website, or you can find all of our written content, including written reviews like Sean's review of Turbo Overkill, which is available right now. And don't forget all the news content that Mark, Sean, and Paul are putting up over there on the site. Again, thegamingoutsider.com. All right, now it is time for us to talk about our From the Outside In topic. For this week's topic, I wanted to talk about which games had the biggest impact on the industry as a whole. Games that changed the hobby for better or worse the most. So what say you guys? There are some obvious choices, but what are some games that in your mind influence the future of video games the most? Zach, I'm going to start with you.
Whoa, okay. Well, I think the most important video game ever made is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Wow. I was not expecting that answer. Okay.
For a multitude of reasons. One, kind of figured out camera in 3D with a centering the camera behind you button. It made this big Z targeting. I'm getting to Z targeting.
Oh, sorry.
That's a whole other. You know what Z targeting? Figure out how to make melee combat work right in these third-person games, and it's something that to this day every game uses. Right, like every Souls game, Z targeting is integral to it. That lock-on targeting where your character starts strafing around who he's focused on.
Yeah.
Like that's Zelda Ocarina of Time. And they designed this overworld that felt big and expansive. At the time I felt like monstrous almost. Like, like, let me get that horse or else I'm never going to get across this field.
Now it seems so small, doesn't it?
Now it's so quaint.
Yeah.
The hub and spoke structure of it, I think kind of helped other developers know how to build their games, and it told this very interesting story, and it used the camera in such cinematic and compelling ways. And even for a game without voice acting, you really got soaked into the drama. And you could interact with the world in ways you wouldn't have thought, like using the hook shot into a wooden sign, like I have talked about before, or you could even like use the Song of Healing to fix a wooden fence. It felt like Hyrule felt alive, and it was their first time doing a 3D Zelda, and it just completely changed the way you think about action adventure games.
You were making me want to go back and replay that game, man.
Phenomenal game.
Such a good game. You know what else that game did? I feel like I've been sitting here while you've been talking about trying to think of a time where a game did this, and I can't think of one prior to Ocarina of Time where they surprise you. I guess Metal Gear Solid 2. No, that was in 2000s.
Yeah, that would have been after.
Where they surprise you with something that they did not market, they did not sell you on the game. You did not really realize it was a thing until you played it, and that was Link turning into Adult Link. They didn't really advertise that, did they?
I think Adult Link was in screenshots and stuff, right?
Was he?
But I don't know if you really, at least I didn't understand what that meant for the game.
Right.
I didn't know we were going back and forth through time. I didn't know that Link was that pulling out the Master Sword would cost him 7 years of his life or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was all unexpected stuff.
The first time that happened and you pull that thing out, and all of a sudden you're Adult Link, it was like, let's go.
It feels cool. And then you step outside of the Temple of Time, and then it's a post-apocalypse. You're like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, for
And
that.
those
So
things were some of the creepiest things in games back in that day too. Remember those things? They would like slow time
the Re-Dead.
re-dead. Yes. Oh
Yeah, they would have
man.
that little shriek while they froze you in place. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
pretty good stuff.
good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
Am I supposed to give multiple answers, or am I just giving one here?
Go for it. I got several. So
Okay. Batman Arkham Asylum, I think, is another
Ah.
example of a very influential game for multiple reasons. One, that combat system was copy and pasted for about 10 years afterwards. Every game used that combat system. That's one of the better ways. Another way that made the industry better was prove that if you put a bunch of money into a licensed property, you can get a bunch of money back. It doesn't have to be these cheap knockoffs. And now almost every licensed game is like our original take on this universe, or see how the story alongside the Avatar movies, right? Because before it was like play through as Christian Bale in Batman Begins,
Mm-hmm.
which was its own fun for sure. But Arkham Asylum, I think in many ways, Riddick maybe started this, but I feel like Arkham Asylum was really the moment where other publishers were like, "Oh, okay, this is worth investing in."
Dude, I don't know why. I remember the X-Play review of that Batman Begins game.
Yeah.
That one has always stuck out to me for years. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Does
remember the
Adam
review?
Sessler do a bunch of Batman impressions, or
It is them like showing a scene of Christian Bale saying a line because like the bad guys in that game are apparently hiding drugs in toy bears and
teddy
toy
bears? Yeah.
rabbits or something. And he's like, and it's like him going around and talking to everybody saying, "I want you to tell me about bears and rabbits. I want you to tell me about bears and rabbits."
And they just kept doing that.
That was the shtick when they were doing the review. Was they thought it was funny that was something that Batman would say. Tell me about bears and rabbits.
I miss that cable comedy.
I used to watch that religiously. I would have given it a 4 out of 5.
A way that Arkham Asylum, though, unfortunately, I think negatively impacted the industry is Detective Vision, because it's very cool in that game. Although it is a little silly that it's like use your Detective Vision to follow Gordon's pipe smoke down the hallway, but it's also the only hallway you can go down anyway. So
Plus, how does pipe smoke stay?
Well, when you're Batman,
he was following the chemical composition of the tobacco.
He uses a very specific brand.
Yes.
Okay. But now every game has that to a somewhat frustrating degree, and I think it became a crutch for other developers, and I think it led to the yellow paint epidemic we're in right now. So no, thank you. And another game that is incredibly influential from around that time, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Oh,
great in the way that it changed multiplayer and had you leveling up and gave you reasons to keep coming back. But also kind of a short-term game, because in the long term, now you can't ever just play a game because you want to just play the game.
Yeah.
And that is all Call of Duty's fault.
Yeah. I was having a conversation or listened to a show or something earlier today that was like, remember you could just play a game just because you wanted to and it was fun? And
right,
you
just
didn't
hopped
have
on
to.
Halo because you wanted to?
Right. Like just because you enjoyed the game, not because you were trying to work towards something. Yeah. As much as I love achievements, I feel like achievements have ruined games for me in some respect. Like
that's actually really funny because one of my favorite games is MW2, and when I think of Call of Duty games, just going back and playing, that and Ghosts. I just want to go back and jump in and use my class and just have a good time, just being me and doing the stuff that I'm comfortable with and whatever. Not worrying about what's a meta or who's running what or who's got what TV or blah 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 whatever or lag or any of that kind of nonsense. Just having a good time. And yeah, now it's like, oh well, if you don't run these guns or have this update or have blah blah whatever, you just suck. You can't do anything.
I apologize if I wasn't clear, because I'd said in the short term it was a very good gain. Like Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, those were awesome. But I think it led to the path that put us in the position we're in now. I mean, whatever game introduced the first battle pass is much more to blame. Whoever introduced FOMO to the multiplayer shooter should probably get shot out of a cannon into the sun.
Oh, it's coming.
Let's hope.
Oh,
Which one? It could have been Fortnite, right? Or was it?
It was Fortnite.
Which is
actually mine.
All right.
It sounds too easy, but my change comes from a place of hate. I hate Fortnite. When Fortnite was introduced, it came out like the winter or something before, and they were getting like founders
which was
edition
coming
packs
at the time, Scott.
What?
Which was coming at the time. It was a callback to earlier in the episode. I apologize.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Sorry, I was so focused on what Jake was saying, I couldn't.
There's no way you were that focused on what Jake was saying.
Well, I was thinking
hanging on every word. Oh, Jake is speaking again. Oh. But they advertised Save the World as the base game, and that's what it was going to be when it released. And then they released the Battle Royale as like the beta or whatever, and realized, hey, we have a bunch of people playing this game. We can change the game and make a boatload of money. And then came skins and the battle passes and the V-Bucks and you name it, all of that nonsense. I mean, it got so bad that Fortnite was actually, and this is Epic Games, which is huge right now because of Fortnite. I mean, they did Unreal. They did the Unreal tournament, or not tournament stuff. They did the Unreal Engine. So Fortnite wasn't all of their success, but
right.
They were stealing emotes from people. There was actually who was he? Carlton and Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Had a dance, and they took that dance and they put it in Fortnite, and he said, hey, you can't use that without my say so. And the courts were like, you can't do a patent on a dance move. It's just a bunch of random movements in an order. So whatever.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So they were just taking whatever
what did they call the dance in Fortnite?
I have no idea. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember there was a small legal battle between that, and the court sided with Epic. And so they were just taking stuff from the internet that they thought was cool or funny or whatever, put in their game and make people pay for it. And that turned into this whole nonsense of what we have now. Now Call of Duty's got the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. Yeah, the Simpsons and As much as I like American Dad, it has no place in my Call of Duty games. I stopped playing Call of Duties when the Modern Warfare remake came out because they started adding too many additions, too many skins, too many fail safes for players who are bad, trying to like level the playing field. Well, that just ruined the game for me. I liked it when it was a skill-based game.
So the name of that dance in Fortnite is just called Fresh.
Really dancing on the edge.
Not
there.
Orange Justice, not the floss. Yeah. It is fresh. Which is anyway.
Yeah. There's a lot of hate that comes from me to Fortnite because of how they changed the gaming industry for the bad. Because after that, everything became predatory.
See, my initial rebuttal was going to be, well, PUBG did it first. Even Rust was Rust before Fortnite, yes, but Fortnite kind of killed it, is what you're saying.
Well, I think, well, then the battle pass structure led to all the weird, wacky skins, right? Mm-hmm. And Fortnite introduced that.
Well, it's like to the point where Diablo 4 released and immediately had a battle pass with a $20 skin connected to it, and the battle pass was whatever, and this and that and whatever, and everything that's in the game isn't affordable. Like in the original MW2, to get an extra voice or an extra skin or whatever, it was like $2 to $5, something like that, just to have something a little funnier, a little bit off. And now it's $20 here, $20 there. Everything is so expensive. You know, just they're DLCs, but they're just costumes. They don't add anything to the game unless you're playing a Call of Duty, and then they have algorithms to ruin your life. But that's a whole nother conversation.
So that
all stems from Fortnite.
One of the most influential games of all time is then Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion with the Horse Armor DLC, right?
That was on my list.
Oh, yeah. I am in that boat. I bought a whole Xbox.
What?
I was gonna say ass, but I bought a whole. I bought a whole ass Xbox so I can have horse armor. So
Seriously?
yeah, because I had it on PS3 and my buddy had it on Xbox, and he was like, "Well, I have this horse armor," and I was like, "Gotta have that
You're
horse."
like, well, no, Oblivion's unplayable on PS3 then.
Yeah, that's
You bought an Xbox just so you could pay the $10 DLC for the horse armor, or was it $10?
It was
$5.
It was like 5, yeah, but yeah,
And that was egregious at the time. We're like $5 for
Xbox.
DLC. Are you kidding me?
Right, it was
Yep.
Punchline. Yeah.
Yeah,
And now,
it was just a little add-on.
Now if it's $5
I mean-
for an armor, you think it was a steal.
right?
Thankfully, I used my Xbox for other games that came out that were Xbox exclusives at the time, but that's how I justified it to my mom to buy an Xbox, was I wanted horse armor,
And she bought it.
and she bought it.
Wow. All right. Zach, did you have any others?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Zach or Jake, rather. Got any others?
No, just hate.
Oh, really?
He's
Okay.
filled with hate, this guy.
Well, I had.
Well, I read that thing, and the first thing out of my mouth was like, I hate Fortnite.
All right.
Well, I knew there was going to be a bunch of like pretty popular answers and kind of like, give me answers. We've got some in the comments, but so I tried to come up with stuff that was a little bit different. So I got 5 of them here. The first one is Ms. Pac-Man. I think is one of the most influential games of all time because that was the first game to have any kind of artificial intelligence from enemies. The ghosts in that game actually had kind of personalities. They, they
Oh, right.
reacted.
They come at you differently in the maze, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So that was the spawning of AI in games. And so think of like where AI, and I know AI is like a dirty word now. I don't mean like things that are being created. I mean like in terms of the game adjusting to your play style, So that was my first one on my list. My next one was Braid. I think Braid was very influential for the indie scene because that was the moment that developers were like, hey, I can go make a game. Like smaller developers can be like, I can make a game that's going to sell.
And not only sell, but it would be prestigious. And,
Right.
And critically applauded. And yeah, I hear you.
Because after that came, what's the beat 'em up game? Castle Crashers, and then Super Meat Boy,
Bastion.
Like all that stuff just kind of happened, and all of a sudden, like I don't think the indie scene would be what it is today, at least not as prolific as it is, not quite as prolific as it is now, if it weren't for Braid kicking things off, because that was like the first like gotta have it indie game. Up to that point, if you played indie games, you were like a hardcore gamer that had to go underground and find all these weird out there wacky games. They weren't mainstream. Braid made them mainstream, so I think it was very influential.
That's true.
Newgrounds.
And then Jonathan Blow never made a hit again.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4, I think that changed third-person shooters forever.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Because it incorporated the over-the-shoulder thing, which is like quite common. Gears of War,
Right.
Last of Us, that's all came from Resident Evil 4. Can thank that game for that.
Every horror remake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, think about it. Resident Evil 2, when that got remade, that was completely different. That went to Resident Evil 4 over the shoulder.
Yeah.
When they remade Resident Evil 4, it was still over the shoulder. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. It was.
Can't change that.
Now you could
Or
move and shoot at the same time, which you couldn't do in the original Resident Evil 4. But
or even Silent Hill 2, a totally different franchise. Like give us that Resident Evil shoulder.
exactly. Jacob already mentioned Oblivion. That was on my list as well. But my last one is kind of a combination. It's 4 different games: Dark Souls, Rogue, Super Metroid, and Symphony of the Night. What other games out there have entire genres named after them?
Mm.
We now have Souls-like. We have roguelikes. We have Metroidvanias. Like, now, granted, back in the day, you had Doom-likes, or you know what I mean? They call it that.
Right. But people used to have some creativity when they came up with genres, unlike today.
I was going to say there are other names that were more umbrella terms that they used when they were talking about those games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that they just named them because they were like, well, they're like that game.
Right.
Right,
But they
but I mean-
eventually peeled away from Doom-likes and called them first-person shooters.
I mean, I think
Why
that-
can't we do that with Souls likes? Why can't we do that with the other genres? Why did everybody just give up?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Makes me sad. Anyway. We have
So
a
those
whole
were-
language in front of us, and we don't want to use it. Ridiculous.
I
mean-
I think Souls-like is the only one that was a little bit different because it was a different style of game and there wasn't any like the checkpoint mechanic isn't new. But how you got to that checkpoint is different. Like, yes, you had to go through a
Right.
hard level and got there or whatever, but like the hate that that game has for its players.
Yeah, I love it. I like when games hate me.
Yes.
I
Step
don't.
on me.
Step on me.
All right. Well, that was what we had on our list. Let's see what the community said. First off,
Sure.
over on Facebook, Sean Coates says GoldenEye and Halo. GoldenEye proved that consoles can do shooters. I would argue that I guess GoldenEye did it first before Halo, didn't they?
Yeah, many years before. Yeah.
Yeah. Halo proved that consoles can do shooters online. Both games showed us that first-person shooters were no longer just a PC thing. It's a really good point.
Well, I think it was Alien Resurrection that had the bold idea for a first-person shooter where the left stick moves you around and the right stick aims your camera.
Mm.
So now that's influential. But it wasn't nearly as fun as Halo. That's for damn sure. Our producer Kevin Honigford writes in Sonic the Hedgehog. Speed and momentum engine. The game was built around a new engine that handled speed and momentum, allowing for a gameplay experience drastically different from its contemporaries. The rotation system. This is all Sonic the Hedgehog. Did all this?
Yeah.
All right. It also had the rotation system, a key technical innovation that was a rotation system that enabled Sonic to roll smoothly on curved surfaces and through loops, opening up new level design possibilities. As well as physics-based movement, the game was one of the first to implement sophisticated incline programming for character movement, which was essential for its fast-paced, momentum-based design. Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Are you surprised? Are you surprised that he worked Sonic the Hedgehog into there in some capacity?
I admire his dedication and tenacity. I had to refrain from including other games. You know what I mean? So, shout out to him.
Jake, you want to take the next one?
No, I was reading something.
Sonic's probably
Gamerdad.
most influential for being awesome. Just being cool as hell.
GamerDad03 writes, I mean, there's honestly a lot to consider for this. I mean, I think each generation, even be bold to say that each genre has their own influential type of game that changed a lot of video game series. If I think of influences on me, it has to be anything really cooperative when it comes to gameplay. And this goes couch gameplay in the early days of Contra to even now online game co-op to Halo. And amongst many others. Without the couch co-op, we just had single player type games, and we have even explored the possibility of multiplayer. We would say it would show up, but would take longer unless couch co-op started how people could play. Unless couch code started how people played games together, that would lead LAN parties that would then lead to online services, making many friendships and communities to develop. So despite my bad English and not being able to read, yes, I agree with him.
Yeah, dude. Did you need to maybe enroll in Scott's class?
Zoolander's school for kids that can't read good.
Yeah.
How can people fit in the building? It's a school for ants. Matt Sattler says probably World of Warcraft. It's one of the longest running single games. It's also very clearly molded It has also very clearly molded multiplayer as we know it. I can't speak to WoW a whole lot. I've never played it. I'm scared to death too.
Such a, understatement for WoW. So figuring they were doing like scientific reports on how viruses spread on it.
Right.
Like, it is nuts.
Mark Szymanski writes in, E.T. the Extraterrestrial is considered one of the most influential games in history because its commercial failure reshaped how the video game industry operates. Its poor reception and massive financial losses exposed the dangers of rush releases, overproduction, and weak quality control leading to the 1983 video game crash. That crash wiped out many early game companies, forcing the industry to rebuild with higher standards and tighter oversight. The fallout from ET directly influenced how future publishers manage licensing, marketing, and development, paving the way for systems like Nintendo's seal of quality and the rise of more disciplined production pipelines. Its impact was not through innovation or success, but through failure so profound that it permanently changed how games are made, marketed, and trusted. In that sense, ET stands as a cornerstone of modern gaming, the failure that saved the industry from itself.
Man, that sounds like a term paper.
Mark, very well written. I can tell that you've had a great editor for a couple of years. You can really reads like you have. You know what I mean? So congratulations on that. I mean, he's right. It's interesting because of the ET failure, because he mentioned trust and marketing, and I feel like we've actually lost those lessons in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, we think of Cyberpunk. Right, kind of sold on a lie, instilled a lot of distrust that has since been recovered, but
and everyone just forgot it.
Right, yeah. So I think ET did indeed teach us many lessons. Although I worry, perhaps, Mark, that some of those lessons are being forgotten. Which
absolutely,
I don't think there's a second video game crash coming, because I just think there's too many AA and indie avenues.
Yeah.
See, I don't think it's going to be a crash. I think it's just going to be like kind of like a letdown.
It's going to be a shift.
Yeah, I think there might be a AAA like Fallout at some point.
Yeah,
because they just refuse to make new ideas, or control a budget. But
I mean, look at Ready Player One. I mean, they were fighting the man to make sure that it wasn't advertised the way that it was, and now you're going to end up with like every AAA title is just going to come with ad space.
Right. Yeah, every game wants to be the only game you play. Battlefield 6 out here trying to make 100 million players happen. It's just those are insane goals. So maybe they should read the Wikipedia entry for ET the Extraterrestrial, or watch that documentary. These companies, or I guess just listen to Mark's comment, which was wonderfully written.
Have either of you played ET the Extraterrestrial from the Atari 2600?
Have I played it?
Yes. That game is not nearly. It's not a great game.
It's pretty bad.
It's not nearly as bad. Like the problem with that game was that unless you read the manual, like you had to. There was no figuring that game out without a manual. Like once you understood what you were supposed to do, it was one of the few games on the Atari that actually had quests. Like, you know what I mean? There was outside of maybe adventure. Like there was an end goal in mind in that game. It was not just a score grab. That was very rare for the Atari 2600. It was just implemented in such a way that you could not figure it out on your own. And a game that had such broad appeal for a movie that was insanely popular needed to be accessible, and that game was not.
I think that's what kind of led to the whole like less of a manual thing. I mean, now if you get a manual in a game, it's crazy.
No,
it's
there's
like
no manuals in games anymore. There's none.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You have to buy them from a boutique, like a super rare or limited run. So you're getting a manual now.
Some crazy thing, because that like everything you need to know is already in game. There's a tutorial levels to teach you how to play.
Right,
and games like that didn't have tutorial levels.
Well, yeah, because it was a technical limitation at that point, right?
Well, I understand that. That's why the tutorial level is printed. Like you could just go through and read it at your leisure. And
I do want to sniff that paper though. It's good. The manual smelled good.
It did smell good.
That was good printing back in the day.
that ink on paper, man.
I wonder, like, somebody has those box copies of those old games, right? I wonder if you had a sealed one that was still sealed up, if you went and opened that up, would that manual still smell like that?
Cancer. Cancer.
That's great. Well, like you have to be able to buy like a PS2 Madden or something, right? That's still sealed for fairly cheap. Just crack that open, maybe get the smell.
Out.
Yeah,
we're just gonna do a smell test here on the next podcast. We're gonna get 4 copies of Madden, something like that. We're gonna each get a copy. We're gonna do a sniff test right here on the.
There you go. That's topic for next week. The Madden 02 sniff test.
Yeah, that's not even old enough, man. I don't think 02 is old enough. We need to get like
but it's old enough that it should have a thick manual in there.
Yeah,
but I don't think the like PS2 manuals smelled the same as the NES manuals.
They did.
The Genesis.
Well, maybe not the same, but I assure you, they smelled wonderful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Fuse.
You put your faith in Zach. He has been sniffing manuals for decades.
Sir, you've offended my honor.
I've offended your nostrils.
Yeah,
Right.
everyone knows I sniff every manual I come across.
This smells like a 19. Smells like a 93. Like.
He's like Napoleon Dynamite.
Smells like a 93.
Remember Napoleon Dynamite when he's like telling you what the cow was doing when it was drinking the milk? He's like, "Oh, this one's tastes like the cow was eating in an onion patch."
Oh,
yes, God. Nothing hits like a 92 Konami.
He's just a manual connoisseur. This one's got earthy tones.
Yeah.
See, this is when they change over from actual paper to the
oh my god. Oh my god.
The smoothie stuff.
8-point ink made all the difference.
All right, Jake, let's move
over on
Fuse.
AJ Fletcher 27 writes, Halo, Combat Evolved, and Call of Duty 4 revolutionized shooters for sure. Undertale explored the pseudo RPG indie scene. Stardew Valley set the standard for farming sims. Mario 64 influenced most low poly platformers that came after. So many good ones. I'm so sorry, but Stardew Valley can take a hike.
I also wouldn't say it's influential, right? Because it's just Harvest Moon perfected.
It's just I wouldn't even say perfected. I would argue
complicated.
I would say Rune Factory was a better Harvest Moon.
Rune Factory incorporated like combat stuff, right?
Yes, and that's all you're getting, like all these other games. So
I have never played
Stardew Valley.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just going off its reputation, Jake. I'm sure it's tremendously bad compared to Rune Factory, but I can only go off of what I'm told.
I will tell you, Rune Factory. Well, I don't even remember which one I played now. Rune Factory 4. I'll have to go check my Wii box. Anyway, you can catch monsters, pet them, and have them work on your farm. And it is fantastic. I love it.
Understood. Omega Worm 76 over on Fuse writes, I would give some credit to the very first Phantasy Star game. Felt like that set a new bar for how JRPGs would be made. That's right, true. Phantasy Star 2 killed off a major or party member before FF7 did. So, yeah. So there's some cred due to Phantasy Star's way,
for sure. And our last comment comes from Samuel Ryan Lilly over on Fuse, who says, "I think it's hard to argue anything other than Super Mario Brothers, the game that spearheaded the rescue of the video game industry from the brink of destruction, with a character that has timeless appeal and a game that set the bar for all platformers to come." Referenced countless times across the ages, it's hard to find a gamer that doesn't at least know of Super Mario Brothers, if not also played it. Everyone else dreamed of having a game so successful and a character so iconic, but there never has been anything else to capture the world of gaming quite like Mario did. It's really hard to argue with all of that, and I'm not just saying that because I like Nintendo better than Sega, and we just had
Kevin is listening.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not. There's a lot of factors. I mean, the sheer fact that Super Mario Brothers taught you how to play the game by doing instead of, giving you explicit instructions. That Goomba in 1-1 taught everybody that you had to jump on their heads without a single word.
And you when you jumped into the brick and you got a little power up, now you know that you need to explore the environments thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
great little game.
That felt like the obvious answer, and I was surprised that only one person actually mentioned Mario in all of the comments. It was kind of interesting. So
it seemed almost too obvious. I mean, Mario, I feel like it has a very real chance to be the most recognizable fictional character ever.
Even outside of video games, like even movies and TV and books and like who doesn't know who Mario is?
Exactly.
Like there are people that don't know who Harry Potter is. There are people that don't know who Darth Vader is. Well,
he's the Jesus Christ of video games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Understood.
Is that like a famous like Beatles thing? They said we're more famous than Jesus. Didn't they say that one time?
Did they?
Yeah.
They probably were at the time.
They probably were. Well, that was a fun topic, guys. We didn't really have a definitive. Did we all agree on one, or we just I was expecting more arguments. Which, if you had to pick one that was the most, let's put Mario off the table and Sonic. just to make Kevin
Kevin feel
happy.
good.
We'll take Mario and Sonic off the table. Which one do you think is the most influential? I mean, I gave some that I kind of assumed weren't going to be on people's lists, but if you had to pick one, end all be all, most influential, most important game to the industry of video games, what game are you going to pick, Zach?
Well, I would stick with Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
See, I always worry giving any answer that's Zelda because I just feel like people are going, well, he's just saying it because he's like Zelda. You know what I mean?
You love them because they're great.
That's true. What's you, Zach?
I am still Zach.
I said Jake. You just misheard me.
Oh, all right. Hey, Zake, what's going on?
Sorry, I get an accent when it gets late at night.
Okay, that's what it is.
One of my favorite to go back to is, and I'm not I don't think it's the first game, but I remember the Star Fox on Super Nintendo had a 3D chip in it, and that was like one of the first like 3D visualized
Was that the
video
FX
games.
chip?
It was,
Is that what they called it?
it wasn't just like flat characters on a flat background or whatever. It had like actual depth to the polygons in it.
They didn't introduce all range mode until 64, right? Is that correct?
Yes, that sounds correct.
Oh man, I love those games. The number of hours I played the battle mode in Star Fox 64 with my brother and friends. Man.
So wait, what are we deciding is most influential then?
Oh boy, I don't know.
All right. Okay.
Outside of Mario,
does it matter? It doesn't matter what we think.
He asked.
No, I know. I feel like it's just too broad of a question because there's so many different factors. It's not like like what's the most influential game in the world of indie games? What's the most influential in the world of shooters? What's the most influential?
They're influential different ways. I mean, I guess the real answer would be Space War, right? Because it started video games.
Pong.
Yeah, isn't it weird how like that whole beginning of games is like still fuzzy? Like, why is that? Like, why is that? Like, why don't we know? That's kind of crazy, but all right. So that's it. Next week's topic has yet to be decided. Stay tuned to the social media outlets. We're looking forward to next week's episode always. And by the way, if you are have a topic suggestion, we are always open to it. Please shoot us an email, feedback@thegamingoutsider.com if you'd like to recommend a topic, and we'll give you credit on the show for doing so. But that is going to do it for this week's The Gaming Outsider. Thanks so much for listening. This episode was produced by Kevin Honigford, and all the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. His website, as always, is stemagemusic.com, STEMAGE music.com. Please be sure to email us if any questions or concerns, as I mentioned above. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. Also, if you'd like to, you can join us live every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can even interact with us through live chat. It's always a lot of fun. Zach, do you have any parting words or recommendations for our listeners?
Yeah, I caught the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie, Begonia, starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
Oh, didn't somebody in our Discord, I think Sai Quinones was talking about that as well, and Mark.
Yeah, it's pretty great, tense little thriller where these two sort of internet brain-rotted fellas kidnap a CEO because they're convinced she's an alien.
Wow. That's
they keep her chained up in a basement, and it's kind of a kidnapper thriller in that way, but through the angle of. Go ahead, Jacob.
I am immediately enthralled. What was the name of this again?
Begonia. Bugonia. It's very good. Stellar performance from Emma Stone, as always. I think one of our better actors today.
I mean, you had me at Jesse Plemons. I will watch anything.
Also great. Yeah.
Definitely
a phenomenal actor. He's looking really scrawny and wiry in this movie.
Really?
Which really works for guy who basically lives at his computer researching what makes a woman an alien.
I have to see this movie. Is this in theater only right now?
Yeah, just in theaters right now. But it's very, very good. Highly recommended. Tremendous performances, and just a very tight thriller with a lot of cool twists and turns.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Nice. I got a couple quick ones. Well, one to piggyback off of CB's recommendation last week. I watched the first 2 episodes of Welcome to Derry. Hot damn. That show is really good, man. If you've
Yeah.
got HBO, you need to check that out. 2 episodes in, not a sign of Pennywise,
That's
which
how you
is
do it.
interesting. So, yeah, there is that show, especially in the second episode, that goes some places that I feel like if I were a little kid watching this, I would be scarred for life. Like, holy cow. Incredibly interesting cast of characters too, and they just keep introducing them. It is, and obviously lots of kids, but there are some adults in there. There's a lot of intrigue, and it's not just like a carbon copy of it. It's doing something unique and interesting that is really worth checking out.
I was surprised by how good the trailers looked, because I never even saw the second It movie.
Oh, really? You mean
Chapter 2? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that's worth a watch, man.
Yeah, sure.
That's worth. But no, but Return to Derry, I am hooked. And the 1960s aesthetic, so everybody's a little bit more innocent than the losers were in the 80s rendition. So man, highly recommend it. I cannot wait for the next episode already. But my real recommendation is an audiobook I've been listening to called We Are Legion, in parentheses, We Are Bob, by Dennis E. Taylor. And I'm going to tell you, the only reason I bought this book is my brother wanted to listen to it. He and I are sharing an Audible account. And I convinced him to listen to Project Hail Mary. And he loved that book so much. He loved the narrator of that book so much. He blind bought this book on my account because he wanted to listen, because it's narrated by the same narrator, same guy. And so he didn't even really know what the story was about. He just bought it solely on the narrator. And it's actually a really interesting book. Sci-fi. Starts out with a guy that is working at a sci-fi convention, gets in a car accident, wakes up 117 years later, and his body is gone, but his consciousness has been uploaded to like a computer, basically.
Oh, sounds horrifying.
And he has been tasked with finding a new place for what's left of Earth to inhabit, to like kind of repopulate. And it goes from there, and then it turns into he's got to do all this work. They send him off on his own. He's now basically like a sentient robot, more or less, and starts making copies of himself. Kind of like that game Alters, Jake, that you played at my house. So thus the term, We Are Bob, is the Bobiverse. It is the first book in a series of 7 books, and it's a really cool premise. It's got some dry spots, but it's worth a listen to. The narrator is just about as good as he was in Project Hail Mary, so I'm digging it. My brother has already listened to the entire second book, and he's about to purchase the third on the account. So he really likes it. So yeah. Well, that's it for the week. Thanks so much, everybody. Again, until next week, I'm Scott Clark with Zach Parkerson and Jacob Gunderson, and we are the Gaming Outsider. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.